Jojopyun's laning is one of the strongest in the world. If he keeps this up, he's on track to become the next CHOVY. In this video, we're going to be breaking down his laning phase as Galio versus BDD's Orianna. We'll also be comparing it to TSW Dyer's Galio, who happen to play the same matchup. By the way, I'm Deos, a former LCS coach, and I most recently won 2 titles with LG and NA Tier 2. If you enjoy the content, please like, comment, subscribe, and join my Discord. But before we begin analyzing, we have to first talk about the matchup in a vacuum. The first thing that we have to make clear is that this matchup is not an easy matchup for Galio. Orianna has superior wave control and range, and Galio doesn't have enough stats to tank it in the early game. On average, pro Galios are typically down 10 to 15 CS at around the 10-minute mark, while also struggling to find moments of control. However, Jojopyun is different. In this laning phase, he not only was able to get control quickly, he was even able to get CS advantages. So, how is he able to do this? Well, let's break it down. The first difference you should see is the mindset coming into the lane. Jojo is far more aggressive. He's walking in with the wave, he's not afraid of taking damage. When Orianna uses a spell, he also uses his spell back. The reason why this is important is because if you give Orianna full control of the wave, she could desync it. Desyncing is when Orianna sets up the wave so that she could always hit the Galio when he has the CS. But what Jojo does is that he also hits the wave to give himself opportunities to farm when Orianna has the last hit. Not only that, he also preps it so that when it enters his turret, he actually manages to get all 6 creeps while Orianna only got 5. Now, as we continue to watch the lane play out, notice that he maintains the same level of aggression going into wave 2. He walks to the wave and tries to bait Orianna Q, and he fails a dodge, but not the biggest deal. It doesn't matter because now he just walks up and autos to lower the HP of the 3 melee creeps and then Qs for the level 2. Then after that, he throws a high value Q to get all 6 creeps again, while also chunking Orianna's HP. On wave 3, he even denies a creep by using his W to push the Orianna back. Now you might be thinking that the last couple of trades we just saw, they were actually pretty bad for him, but that's because you don't see the greater vision. Since he traded like this, BDD must also base because his conditions are low. This means that when Jojo TP's back, he has wave control and he's able to push in and drop vision. As we showcased earlier, look at Jojopyun's CS and look at his timer. He has great vision from bot side. He also is able to manage a great CS amount. Now let's compare it to Team Secret Whale's Dyer. As you can see, there's really a really big difference here. Instead of being closer to the wave and then trying to posture to potentially hit it as it comes in, Dyer is playing far safer, sitting close to his turret. He also gives BDD full wave control. Now you can see the concept of desyncing. I just want you to pay attention to the CS that Dyer is going to go for and look at the CS that BDD has to hit. He Qs this. BDD can threaten on this creep. Misses his timer, not the end of the world. Now he can threaten on this creep very easily. Use that timer to ward. Free damage here. Look at this. 2 auto attacks, a Q. Now he has the CS. As we could see, BDD, whenever he has to farm a CS, it doesn't mean that Galio has a free timing to CS. So what he does with his initial setup in the lane is he's making it so that the waves are going to be desynced. We could actually go back and watch how he was able to accomplish the desync. He is doing what is commonly known as a 1, 2, 3, 1 opener. There is a couple of ways that you could do this. What's pretty standard is a 3-2 where you hit the first melee 3 times and hit the backline twice, and then you go from there. Openings are pretty important in mid lane because whenever you're able to hit the wave first, you could set up the situation where it's easier to desync your wave. As you can see, we're entering wave 3, and Dyer is in a very fatal position. As the wave comes again, notice how BDD is beginning the desync, dropping autos quickly so that he has free time to harass the Galio when he needs the CS. Check this. Posturing to deny the rage creeps, throwing the auto attacks. Unlike Jojopyun, Dyer actually gets some help. Dyer goes for the same base timer. But the difference in the base timers is very clear. Here, BD is up 6 CS, Dyer was way lower, and he actually needed his jungler to come and give him some pressure. Alright, now that we've managed to see the perspective of both players, let's hone in on our takeaways so that you guys are able to accomplish the same thing at home. The first one is, what is desyncing? Desyncing is the advantage of most of the time the pursuit touches the wave first, where you're able to make it so that when the enemy last hit, you don't have the last hit, so you can punish them. How to desync? Desyncing is where at the start of the lane, there's a specific opening. We witnessed the 4-1 opening. You could also do a 3-2 opening, where in doing so, you make it so that, like we mentioned prior, you can attack the enemy. Number 3 is how to deny a desync. This showcases the importance of willing to take damage, especially as the melee mid laner, where you lose your HP so that you're able to hit the wave in a way where you're able to last hit at your turret, or you're able to just last hit in general without the enemy opponent being able to hit you. If you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. Really quickly, for the peeps still watching, just let me know if you really believe that Jojopyun can be the next CHOVY.